Why would that be? Well, I think that we left off with Roxy successfully sneaking around
By
the
rolling a 1.
yeah, like super successfully. Yeah, and I don't know what she found there. That we like left off with her finding that. And then Roland was fuming in the hotel. Yeah. Appropriately so.
So, oh yeah, I'm totally listening to what you're saying. It's very important.
Roxy, I can't help but feel that you didn't actually listen to anything I said.
No, go on, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Just pulling out my smartphone and just texting.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's great. What can I tell what he looks like? Like how he's dressed, etc. Hmm. Amateur. Um, hmm. Okay. So I've gotten pictures of everyone inside. Can I get a picture of him as well? Cool. With my flash turned all the way on. No. God, it would be far too stupid to make myself known. But let's do that. No, Roxy. Oh my God, I really want to know what reaction. Does Roland has a smartphone, right?
Roland?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a smartphone, actually. I think I have a phone.
Do you have a phone that can receive images?
Probably. But
Okay.
it's like small it's the shitty flip phone images. Roland would basically be your father. He's not old enough to be your father, but essentially, like, if Roxy was in high school, Roland would be like an appropriate aged father. Like, he doesn't have a smartphone not because he doesn't understand technology, it's just because he doesn't want it. Like, he doesn't care.
Okay, so
he definitely he could receive the picture just for the narration.
Yeah. If I sent this to Maxwell, I know immediately what he would say. Fucking do something utterly cheesy. I don't want to send it to you, but I'm not quite sure what I should do right now, so I'm going to send you the picture of the house with the people moving a body inside.
So I think like Roland gets the message, like the light pops up, and he like looks and he's like, I'm sure he's had your phone number, and he's like, fucking knew it. And then he's like, he thinks for a second because he's like, you know what, maybe make her, just wait and deal with that. And then he's like, then he realizes what he just thought, and he's like, no, that's not how that's gonna happen. And he, like, before even opening up the picture, he like opens it up to like load the picture. Like it's like it's like takes a while, and he's like, fuck it, and he just calls you.
Shit.
Is your phone on silent?
Can I roll for that? Yeah. I just find it so funny that being caught with my fucking ringtone.
Just Beyonce starts playing.
Yeah, totally.
So let's check and see what would make the most sense for you to roll.
Roxy's song. What Beyonce song would be Roxy's phone number? It's Disturbia.
I am delinquent, so of course I can break into places, hide, steal.
Secrecy, I think.
Secrecy.
But the thing is, the delinquent, if you're not using one of your identities, it would make sense for you to be like, oh, I should make sure that, like, nobody knows this, because that's how you get caught doing things.
Yeah, I think it's delinquent because it's probably, if I've broken into places, it's probably like a practice to shut the fuck up. Where the fuck do I roll this? Is that it? Ugh.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're sitting there, what would be her ringtone?
No. It's totally Katy Perry's Firework, but just like
son of a bitch. Loud as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that would get so annoying as a ringtone.
So yes, baby, you are a firework, and that gets attention pretty fast as your phone kind of goes off, and you see the kid who was out there turn, just like, oh fuck. And he sort of sees you, and then you hear from in front of the house as a trunk shuts and go, "Did you hear something?"
Fuck. Do I bolt? Do I bolt?
So I would say you could do a secrecy to hide, or if one of your
again, delinquent will probably do that, but I think I have a higher secrecy anyway. So
do be sure to mark delinquent.
I did.
Okay.
Gave you that delinquent mark for you.
Ooh, a 4.
Okay.
I melt into the wall again.
Yeah, so you're sort of back there, and you see someone else who's inside who's got they've got gloves on, like kind of cleaning gloves, and they've got like a bucket and such. As they kind of go to the back and put the hand up, and they're sort of looking out. Nah, might have been someone next door.
Do I recognize any of these people?
You recognize the preacher that you saw earlier. You recognize the other two from the website. You actually, if you looked around the website a little bit, you would have looked and seen a number of, because they actually have here are the members of our church out there. So you would have recognized a number of them.
Motherfucking cultists.
Or a religion. I'm sorry, it's a cult. They're not trying to bring Cthulhu back cult, but it's more of a real world cult.
I think roll it we get an image of Roxy sneaking away, and Roland's like, "Hello." It's are you not answering my calls? What the hell?
I will say that the kid there definitely knows where it kind of came from, as he's kind of cut back and he's looking your way. He just says, "Who the fuck are you?"
How old is this kid?
Again, 23, 26.
23, 26. So older than Roxy. I think I would probably, if he whispers, "Who the fuck are you?" I'd probably whisper something like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Are you at the carnival?
Wait. Are you the carnival? Did he just say that?
Are you at the carnival?
Okay, if he asked, "Are you the carnival?" a few things would go through her head, but she would definitely say, she would definitely whisper, meet me at the wherever the motel is in several hours or something.
Kind of really nods. Okay.
Oh, and and I'm not the carnival, obviously. I should have added that bit in.
Do you bring your phone up as you're talking to him? Because Roland would be like, "Of course I know you're not the carnival. What the what the fuck is going on?"
I'm not the carnival. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Is this some sort of slang? I don't understand this.
Why are you telling me to get the fuck out of here?
Okay, he
so yeah, I should say that. How would he react?
Yeah, he kind of nods nervously, kind of looks back towards the house, and then rushes the opposite direction back towards wherever he went.
Okay. God. So from the noise of hearing the trunk shuts, I'm guessing they've taken the body out and put it in the trunk, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I want to do one last thing before I leave, but it's going to get me into a lot of trouble. I want to try and get a photo of the car's license plate.
All right. I would once again go ahead and make a roll to see if you're able to sneak out and do that. You're kind of looking a little more.
Nope.
Okay. So they're a little bit on edge. As you kind of head out, one guy's sort of looking. And I was considering how well you rolled earlier, so I'm going to be he's like, hey.
Hey.
What's that?
Yeah.
And he kind of looks and sees. He hasn't gotten a good look at you. Are you rushing back into the little strip of woods behind?
Yeah, if they see me, I'm just going to run like fuck.
Yep. He goes, hey, who's that? Hey, someone saw us. And there's a couple of people inside. Rush out. You are hauling gas to your car.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you I'm going to ask for shift. You can put a +2 on, I think this would be a fitness, or probably fitness running.
+2 on shift.
Yeah, basically gives you like a +20%.
Oh, do I just put 2 on it?
I believe so. I've not actually checked it with that one. This is one where it says most part you don't use them. Basically just add 20 to your percentage. Oh, wait, so what's your...
Are there more? Are there a few of them?
No, I will say the one that catches up to you, probably 16 years old, running like a track runner.
Oh, fuck.
Comes up like behind you as you're running. The other ones are still quite a ways behind because most of the rest of them, adults, not necessarily in good shape. It's just one, still got PE and practice each week. So really good shape, super fast. As she kind of is running after you. And then kind of as she reaches you as you're running and tries to grab a hold of you.
Great.
Yep.
Fuck's sake.
So as she grabs or tackles you, you go down for a moment. But this is very clear that she is not. She's caught you. She's not sure what to do with you now that she's caught you. Yeah, you sort of turn and look, and she's looking at you, eyes wide. She's absolutely pale.
What's a good move here? I'm a terrible fighter because I have 2 failed thing rolls in violence.
That just means you've screwed up in the past.
Yeah. And they're not hardened. Okay, what rolls would be to struggle against? Oh, that would be violence.
Yeah, struggle is one of your. Now, granted, you've also got. I mean, for you, delinquent might fit, but your delinquent might be kind of low.
It's not 20 though, because that wouldn't be. What other moves are there?
I would say
for escaping.
I would say tell me what you do in this case. Just she's kind of tackled you down. She's not on top of you on this one, but she's looking up. She's pale. She seems pretty shaken herself. And a quick guess, you guessing she's never probably seen a dead body, let alone had something to do with it before.
Okay. Right, I've got to lie here. I've got to be fake. But what the fuck do I say? Do I make out that I'm not supposed to be there, or do I make out that you are totally fucked? Yeah, I'd probably totally say that. Just like, I'd say something like, "Get off me! The sheriff's on the way. And if he sees you holding me like this, he's going to be mighty pissed. Or something along those lines.
Okay, make a roll.
Like I'm lying my ass off. God fucking...
God damn it.
Wait.
Does this go in with one of your passions?
My fear is being outnumbered.
The other people are coming.
And...
I think you can go ahead and make a note that you've used that one tonight. You can flip it.
Okay.
So as you say that, she kind of like you hear other ones starting to run, like they're slowing down through the woods. Your car's not far away, and she's like, "Sheriff, she's told the sheriff. She's told the sheriff." I'm assuming, are you hauling ass to your car?
Oh, absolutely. This? I'm fucking
okay.
leaving.
You get in, sort of heading off, and you kind of see some of them run out and sort of catching their breath as you're like hauling ass away with lights off so they don't get a good look at the car. Mm-hmm. She was nervous enough. You don't know how good of a look she might have gotten. Mm. Definitely didn't have time to take pictures of your plates. Or anything.
Yeah, did she notice it was a completely painted Scooby van? So yeah, I guess I'll just go straight back to the motel.
Okay. Maxwell, welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Okay. If we're flashing back to the to what was going on in the hotel before Roland called and probably got hung up on by Roxy, like it during that like chase through, I imagine.
Would you have heard like the struggle?
Yeah, I think I probably have heard the struggle and then it have cut off, and that's where I want to get to a point where I don't know if we want to like go over what was happening in the hotel room, because I don't know if me and Maxwell have a scene aside from what we ended on already, which was us like reviewing the tapes.
Up to you two. I mean, did you two just set a review?
Yeah, I don't think there's really a scene there, but that's up to Maxwell.
Yeah, just kind of reviewing this. Like the important thing is that Roland knows Maxwell isn't completely insane at this point.
Yeah,
or at least about this particular one.
Yeah, Roland's like, okay, that's a thing.
I forgot to make a note. Remind me of the tapes that you yourself took, or was it other ones you grabbed?
Those are the tape I showed him is one that I personally recorded of that thing in that house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
It's director's cut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think the perfect place to like cut back to is Roland, like going on his phone, and he's like, Roxy, and he hears the struggle, and he's like, Roxy, and then the phone hangs up, and he's like, motherfucking, and he closes the phone. And he's like, Maxwell, we got to go get Roxy.
No, we don't.
And he's like, what do you mean? We do. She's in trouble.
It's the archetype, though. The strong female never ends up getting captured. She's not simultaneously damsel in distress.
I think Roland like hears that, and like pushes up the door and like closes on you. Like, fuck you. And then like he starts running out, and he's like, shit, I'm gonna have to like hijack a car. My dog is.
We have the van. We have that guy's truck or whatever that I drove him back to the house. And then back to here.
Yeah. I think his keys are on like the side of the door, and I grab them.
Do you even know where I am?
No. No, he has no idea. Roland again is not one for planning. So he grabs the keys, and then he starts trying to call you again. And he's like running down the stairs as he's calling, because he wouldn't take the elevator this time. It's too slow.
Bullets are too slow, and we must kill fast.
Yeah, Roxy's like breathing very heavily, wide-eyed in the truck. When Baby You're a Firework goes off again, she might jump just a tiny little bit, but then she would like answer the phone.
And I think Roland's like breathing, not like heavy, but he's like definitely breathing as if he's running, and he's like running down the stairs like, Roxy. He goes, are you okay?
I'm fine. Holy shit, that was a rush. I'm on my way home. I'm fine. I've just got some holy shit.
I think like Roland's like he really like he gives the dad sigh where he like wants to yell at you and he's like, oh my god, you're in like going nuts, and but then he's like, okay, just drive safe, make sure circle around the building a few times so you're not followed. And then he's like, he walks back up. He like, I assume there's nothing else to say because he doesn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And he like hangs up the phone. And then he walks up, and I think like I assume Maxwell is giving like the smuggest grin.
Told you.
Yeah, like he opens up the door, and you go, "Told you," and he just goes, "Shut the fuck up," and like flicks on like Wheel of Fortune or something. Yeah, and I think the next I don't know if there's something interjecting by the GM before Roxy gets back to the hotel. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
So I think like Roland's gonna have like probably like a whiskey and water cut. Ever had that or whatever? He probably did like. It's like a softer drink if you can't handle like the taste of whiskey, and he probably has something like that. It's half whiskey, half water, and he puts it on the table for Roxy when she comes in, and he's like sitting on the table, his like fingers crossed, like waiting for her to like just open the door.
Yeah, Roxy would get out of the car and. I don't think she's like, okay, he's gonna bollock me or anything like that, because she's just been like, holy shit, I've just been dived on.
Yeah, so. I don't think and Roland's never gotten physically violent with Roxy, or he would never do that.
He'd slapstick Maxwell, I'm guessing, but that's an entirely different thing.
Maxwell was asking for it.
Maxwell may literally ask for it at some point, depending on how things go.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it, but remember the safe word.
It's when Maxwell starts asking me to recite Three Stooges lines that I get concerned. But yeah, I think like Roland's like ready for Roxy to like come upstairs whenever she decides to come upstairs.
Yeah, she would probably take a few deep breaths, like, okay, I'm fine now. Then head upstairs while on her phone rifling through all the pictures and shit she got. Yeah.
And I think, so unless Maxwell has like something he's doing, I'm just waiting. There's nothing that's going to happen until we meet, or until Roxy opens up the door. I don't want to take away if Maxwell feels like he's got anything to add.
He's just kind of laughing and adding a different third act twist to the big stupid board.
Oh yeah, yeah. Perfect.
The board now has third act twist reality actually illusion / VR.
Was a dream the entire time.
So Roxy, was there like a red pill and a blue pill at some point? Just if there was, just let me know.
But yeah, I think like I imagine like when Roxy opens up the door, Roland doesn't say anything and like waits for her to come in. Realize that he waits for her to feel relaxed before he starts like freaking out. And he's not gonna like freak out in a sense of like, oh, what the fuck, and then start yelling. But he's gonna be like, he's gonna have a conversation with you before he's like, don't do that again.
So is Maxwell's in the same room, right?
Yeah.
And then the other person's, is he like asleep, or I think his name's like Jack or something, I want to say. I couldn't.
You talking Sean?
What? Sean, that was it.
Sean.
He's not there yet.
Okay.
He said he'll be coming in a couple hours.
Sure.
Wait, is this the next morning or the same evening?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Came back?
Where did Sean go then?
Ran to his own car.
Well, we took him here and he was drunk off his ass.
Oh, remind me a little bit.
There was a guy
Remember-
at the bar.
Yeah,
The one
that Maxwell took home.
And then there was the spooky guy, and we went back here because we can't fight that.
So I thought you dropped off that guy at his house, and then
There was some weird,
back.
creepy shit at the house.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't sleep in that house, so he came and stayed in the hotel with us.
Okay.
Remember, we went in there. He had the gun out. I had the camera, and then like his front door was open, and his house was busted
Some,
up, and then something,
faceless dude or something.
Oh, okay.
and then something flew through his back door,
That's correct.
and
Yeah.
that was the footage we had captured.
Forgot to make a note of that guy's name. We'll say, we'll call him James.
That's my middle name.
What name
God.
James Decker.
Hey, James is my middle name.
James Decker.
Okay.
James Decker is absolutely a
Shadowrun character?
protagonist. Yeah.
That's
Okay, Decker.
Also, could be a porn name.
Not could be, is.
I believe those two.
I mean, not that I know. I'm just, it might, just.
No, I don't know either, but,
Mu-
you know,
It
law
might have
of,
been what I did in
law of large numbers.
Hey,
I believe those sets may have some level of overlap.
yeah, I would say, how about he's been sort of drinking himself into oblivion with that thing that he saw. He's not taking it well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably, like, puking in the bathroom. Or like, in the bathroom passed
Well,
out. Or something.
Yeah, we'll say basically he's kind of like fallen asleep in the bathtub.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Having thrown up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and I think Roland like would push the glass to Roxy as she like sits down. I don't know if she actually drinks whiskey or not, but it's what Roland keeps on hand when he's seen shit he doesn't want to see. And he goes, "Are you okay?"
I went to that. What the fuck was her name again?
Ruth?
That was her asking in game.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ruth was her name.
Yeah.
You went to Ruth's?
I went to her house, and I was planning on breaking in to see if she had any notes or diaries or whatever the fuck. I looked through the window, and the fucking cult weirdos are carrying out a body to their car.
Maxwell is rapidly writing this under first act.
I would throw Maxwell the phone to look at it.
And I think Roland's like, "Roxy, sit down." Okay. I understand.
Maxwell's just going over the footage. Why did you hold the phone vertically?
just turn it to the side.
No. Listen. I was always there. There was someone else there. And as he saw me, he asked if I was with the carnival.
I think like Roland, like his eyes light up for a second when you say the carnival, and he goes,
Yeah.
"What did he look like?"
Is he on the camera?
All black, pale. He looked... I was totally about to just say like a gamer geek or something.
If you give
all black averts the sun.
If you give a stereotype, Maxwell can more than likely typecast out the kind of person that it's supposed to be. God.
Yeah, she would give a general description.
Is he a...
You talking Judd Nelson and Breakfast Club kind of level, or
Maxwell like opens up like the IMDb page or the TV tropes page and is like, "Does he look more like this or like?"
Okay, so he's coming here in like an hour.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I think Maxwell and Roland both say what. And
I
I
think he
think
knows about the carnival, dudes.
And I think
Like-
I think Roland just goes, Roxy, we can't just give this place away to people.
Hunter, I'm 76, bro. 5 hours. Worst leveling experience of my life. I want to die.
Someone playing Guild Wars?
No, he re-downloaded World of Warcraft for a
Dude.
yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
It's not even the real game. It's a Northrend private server thing. He's torturing himself. It's wonderful. Anyway,
have a fun time with Lich King.
yeah. Max just kind of goes like, "Wait, like a real hour or like in an hour?"
I said like an hour.
That's not the same thing.
I think Roland's like, Maxwell, don't worry about it. Now, Roxy, did this person like? And he's like struggling to find the words. He's like, how do you know you could trust this person?
He looked weird, scared as shit, and when he saw me, he didn't immediately go, "There she is," and dive on me, like the other guys did.
Like I'm sure most guys do. And then Roland's like, wait, no.
Totally put her hands on her hips and just go, "Mm-hmm, you trying to say something?"
Yeah, and Roland's like, okay, listen, it's a late night. I'm sorry. Like,
Can I grab a
sorry.
point for that? Because that's delicious. Like that's straight up like by the book.
yeah, and Roland's like, okay. We have to be careful on who we bring to where we're hiding out in case someone else who may not be trustworthy finds it.
I already
think-
know.
And I think Roland's like, Maxwell, shut up. And then
This place will explode by the end of the second act. Just watch.
and Roland goes, okay, we can spend one more night in here, and then we have to go to another hotel. But and then he just goes, but Roxy, please, never do anything like that again. What if you got caught?
I mean,
No idea where you were. We would not be able to find you. Those freaks would have you. Then.
I think he goes to say something and then realizes I was actually like almost completely fucked then.
I mean, if she gets captured, then that's set up for Act 3. And
Maxwell!
Yeah, she'd very like begrudgingly be like, okay, if I'm going somewhere dangerous, I'll let you know. She does that last bit behind gritted teeth.
Yeah, and Rolls like, that's all I'm asking.
And then she just sighs and just goes, I'm going to have a shower. And then as she's walking off, she's like, thanks, Roxy. Thanks for finding out evidence and finding out people who also know about the carnival.
Roland does not say thank you. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He has not said thank you.
Yeah, she's like walking to her room.
Maxwell is currently re-editing the footage in order to make it look better.
I want that phone in an hour, okay?
Like a real hour? Or?
She just looks at you like just like with a blank face before just walking out.
Musician hour or real person hour?
It's like
Is it a
crack out of
TV
town.
hour?
Like what he said, like he'll be here in an hour. Like in movie terms, that means any time from now till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, in theater, I had a I had a stage manager one time I was in a show with. He goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 5 minutes. That's musician 5 minutes, not actor 5 minutes. What does that mean? He goes, 5 actual minutes, not 15.
Yeah, so I think I don't know when this dude shows up, but yeah, Roland probably smells like whiskey. Smells like decent BO in the sense that he hasn't slept and it's not like he hasn't showered and hasn't slept, but like, have you ever not slept and like still showered and you still find that you smell for some reason? Because I have.
I use deodorant and body wash, so no.
Like Roland does that, but I've experienced that. He's got the insomnia smell.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Maxwell has totally stolen the guy's gun.
Yeah.
He can't even use it. He just wants it.
So Maxwell just has a gun. I don't think I have a gun.
All the people to have a gun.
Yeah. No, he's the one that you want because he's gonna make that lucky shot and then be like, I didn't even know how to do that. Yeah, Roland doesn't have a gun, but I think Roland's gonna like stay up for the dude to come to the hotel room. I don't actually personally I don't remember if Roxy gave him the room number, but Roland would expect that.
I'll say about 40 minutes later, you hear a knock at the door, and a very skittish-looking, about probably say 23, 26-year-old, standing outside, sort of looking nervously.
Yeah, and I think Roland I assume this has like a peephole, and he like looks through the peephole, sees the kid, undoes like the bolt lock, and then opens up the door just a crack, and like keeps his foot so that the door like can't be slammed open, and he's like, "What do you want?"
Maxwell is already filming.
I was lady told me to come here.
Did you get a name?
No, I must be at the wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he starts to just nervous.
And he's walking away, and he's like, "Hey, kid, do you hate clowns?"
What?
You need to put your.
I don't hate clowns.
I get your new lunchbox.
Yes.
And he goes, "Okay, come on in. You're good."
Okay, he's really kind of confused. He sort of walks in and just like, I think this might be the right.
Yeah, like he gets in and Roland just slams the door shut, puts the deadbolt on, and then like puts something in front of the door. So yeah, like he's probably got like something to block the door so it can't be like forced open. But he does that as well.
So where are Roxy and Maxwell?
Maxwell is filming.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got the
40 minutes later.
How long are Roxy's showers?
Oh my god.
So you've got the guy that you kicked out of I'm assuming kicked out of the bathtub to take a shower.
Max,
He's probably asleep.
To make this as uncomfortable and misogynistic as possible, she's totally like walking in like dressed in a towel with like her hair all up in a towel, like drying her ears or something, and she's like, "Are you done with my phone yet?"
God, it's like if this was the actual movie, I'd be like, okay, you guys get procs for like the last scene, but what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then
So Sean sort of looks as like, you're the saw you outside of Ruth's house.
It's a tasteful towel. It's not just like a tiny towel.
they only had the hand towel.
I'm only dressed in the most tasteful towel.
Yeah, if I'm totally terrible with names. Is Roland like handling it because he's like the vulnerable guy?
When you see him and don't like immediately be like, that's not the guy.
Yeah.
Roland like just assumes, yeah, okay, this is the guy. And he goes, okay, you saw Roxy, you know about the carnival. What else do you know? And he doesn't exclude Roxy from the conversation so much as he didn't mention, hey, Roxy, come listen to this conversation as well.
He kind of sort of looking between like, all of you, and like eyes linger a bit on Maxwell who's filming in the back. Just like, I mean, I know why I was there. She was a friend, and apparently they killed her. But who were
Classified.
you and why were you there?
We're looking into information regarding the carnival.
Shooting
Those-
next summer's blockbuster.
His eyes.
The people who hurt your friend Ruth have also hurt friends of mine.
The cult?
Sort of.
Because is it the carnival or the cult?
Why can't it be both?
Because they're different things.
Are they?
So if you know about the carnival, if you know what they do, they took like 30 people from that church. They're gone, and Ruth and I are the only ones who remember it.
Then how is there still a church?
Maxwell, they have more
Because they've
people,
still
you
got
idiot.
their people.
Yeah, but why would they only show 30 of them at a time unless they were like sectioning it off and they were just going to stage repeat performances and
Maxwell!
because
And I think, yeah, and I think that comic relief scene happens. And
I
Roland
think
goes,
Roxy would take Maxwell aside and just like deal with him while the other two are talking.
yeah, and I think Roland does like the, okay, and I think he like nods to Roxy, and it's like Roland thinks that's how you say thank you to people, and that's not how you say thank you to people, but he thinks he's saying thank you, and goes, okay, your name was Sean?
Sean and Ruth.
Yes.
Ruth got visited by the kid. Pax was there. He was stayed in her house. She didn't know him, but he just moved in, and it's like they targeted the Church of Wells, and I was at.
And I think Roland goes, okay, man, take a seat. We got a little bit of time. You don't have to say it all right now. And it's probably what's it called? It's like a shitty hotel glass. He puts like a glass of water in, and hands it to the kid, and says, "Listen, I've seen everything you're going through. I know what you're doing. I saw the play too, and they took something near and dear for me."
And what's it you? I was the only one left, and he spoke right into my ear, and then the whole thing was gone. Just gone. And the members of the Church of Wells who came in together,
I think
but Ruth,
Roland like cuts him off because he doesn't. He's clearly not like, he's like, I get that, and he's like, I understand what you're saying, and he says, listen, we need information that we think your church has.
I'm not
Okay.
one of them. Jesus, no, I'm not one of them. Ruth was thinking about leaving. And we were friends. She wasn't even supposed to have friends outside the church, but we knew each other when we were younger, and she was talking about leaving. And
Okay. No.
but the kid was there before, but nobody else seemed to notice him. And like she tried to show me pictures and talk about it, but I couldn't see it until after.
Do you know what this kid looks like? Could you give me a description? Maybe we can have. And he like thinks for a second. He's like, does Maxwell know how to draw it?
He kind of pulls up his phone.
Yeah.
Kind of goes through it, and he puts. I'm gonna throw the email into the chat.
Yeah.
This email, and there's a picture of someone looks about 15, very wily, highly tanned, or very wiry, highly tanned, wearing really kind of plain clothing, almost. I would say, Maxwell, if you look at this is not quite. It's not quite Castaway Sailor Boy clothing, but it's close. Like something about this kid looks like it came out of like an old movie.
Um,
So we're looking like runaway boy, train yard kind of.
Boxcar Kids,
Yeah, like that kind of runaway that doesn't look like a homeless person.
gutter punk.
Mhm.
Yeah, like they're somehow still very put together and clean, even though it's very obvious they haven't been in a shower in months.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why this homeless person is stunningly attractive underneath the grime.
Exactly.
It's almost like they're going to be the star of the film we're about to watch.
Oh, I'm sorry, it caught me off guard.
So for the first part of Person of Interest has Jim Caviezel as this homeless guy, but you're like, you can tell that's an incredibly well put together, stunningly handsome homeless guy.
Does this kid look like a third act protagonist or something?
Actually, no, this doesn't look like the person that you. This isn't the villain,
This isn't the.
but this is maybe one of their people.
I think Roland, like, I assume when Maxwell, like when he calls for Maxwell, like Roxy comes in with to look at like the picture, and like he's. I'm trying to think of whether he would learn from his actions and like show. No, there's nothing on this picture that's outwardly like distressing, so he would show it to Roxy. Yes, definitely. It's when they're like we start looking at like murder scenes. You'd be like, no.
Maxwell adds stabbed by children to the second act.
And then what's it called? He looks at Roxy, and I assume she hasn't gotten dressed. But it's totally up to you if Roxy is dressed. And I think Maxwell's. If she's not, Maxwell's size, but in a fatherly way. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And goes, we have to find this kid.
Or he finds us.
I don't think the church is our concern. And he like looks at the kid and tries to gauge a reaction from the kid. And I don't know if there's a role that I would specifically be able to do for that.
Because he clearly does not like the church.
Yeah, and I want to see if me saying it like we're not gonna investigate anymore about the people who just murdered your friend. We're gonna go after this kid. I want to see what his reaction to that is.
Doesn't really have one. The thing is from personal experience, the fact that he was at a production at the carnival, that's going to loom a lot stronger in his mind probably.
Okay.
Than this murder. And if you're here for the carnival, that's a different thing.
Yeah, and I think he goes, I don't. And he just looks. And he's like, I don't think the Church of Wells, and the carnival are related, or at least
pretty sure they're not.
Yeah, and he goes, or at least if they are, I haven't found anything to tie them together. And this time he's like talking to Maxwell and Roxy. Roxy's more of like an afterthought. Okay, come on. And he goes, I don't know exactly where we're going to go next. Yeah.
This photo of the kid, does it bear like the same kind of thing that happens with the same kind of thing that happens to people's heads when they look at like Roland's pictures or like the pictures he carries?
When you kind of look at the kid, I mean, it is sort of like when you're looking away from it, like you can't really picture.
Yeah, but like Roland has like the photo of his kid and his wife or whatever that were unexisted. Wondering.
Yeah, I don't. This one's not like that. It's not like where it's got like where it looks like there has been a mess up on the development of the film or something got ripped or torn. It doesn't have any of those things with it.
So you just want to ignore the kid and the church?
That's what I'm saying is I don't think the church is involved.
Because that's just handing Chekhov a detonator right now.
And Roland goes, "I'm sorry, Maxwell, I don't get that reference."
He goes, the thing is, Ruth, that kid showed up and he put up posters for the church, and he stayed with Ruth for a week.
I think Roland, not Maxwell. I'm so used to just calling out Maxwell. Roland sighs and he looks at Roxy. He's like, I think we're gonna need to break into Ruth's house.
Or we could try magicking him out.
And he like looks at Maxwell and he goes, "What? Like, how?"
I mean, this is the part where we can suddenly, kind of pull things out of our ass. It's early enough in the film. Between what I do, what you can do, and all the attraction she pulls together, we could probably pull something together that would make him want to come here. And if he couldn't, then that means he's somewhere he can't get to. But if he can, that means we got him.
I think like Roland is like starting to understand what you're saying. Because Roland knows weird tricks he's picked up on like Wikipedia or like back alley like magic Wikipedia, where he doesn't understand how any of this shit works. So he's like,
actually, I think I've got. Do I have a spell for this?
I don't know. Do you?
I might actually have a spell for this exact
That'd be
situation.
hilarious. That's basically what I was leaning to, and I didn't want to just be like, Maxwell, cast a spell.
It's the problems with the triggers. I do not have the charges to activate this one. I need 3 significant to act. I have a spell called He's Right Behind Me, Isn't He?
Oh.
Where I just start bad-mouthing the target person and he shows up if possible.
Okay. So I think Roland goes, I think the only thing we have then is to start posting it on the internet again. We have those forums.
Fine. We never get to turn this into a fantasy film.
I just realized something about Roland is that he's an IT guy, so of course he would have a smartphone. So back at it, he's got a smartphone. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. No, what I've been trying to suggest, and I cannot figure out the way like Max would say this, was like between gutter magic that can bond people together.
Yeah.
Magic that's formed on cliches, and Roxy's ability to attract attention.
Yeah, I know. I was literally, while I was asking if you had a spell for it, I was going to the page that had gutter magic.
Yeah,
I was like,
something on those lines. That sounds like you could kind of make an impromptu ritual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right there, because there's a number of actual rituals that need like an adept to essentially throw a charge into it. But I mean, between those, I mean, you're actually looking at, you have an avatar, an adept, and
a gutter mage.
Someone's also been attached to it. So
IT guy.
Have, I'm Joe from IT. I'll help.
I got this. Okay.
All I just need a trash can, some printed emails, some of that guy's hair.
Shush.
Yeah, I mean, just even the stuff that you already talked about, you're pretty much putting together.
Yeah, no, I think we should do something like that. I think we just want a location, like a ritual that will point us in that direction, like in the direction of the kid. So I think Roland goes. He like looks at Maxwell and he goes, "You have a compass, right?"
Maybe.
I'm going to skip past a little part of this, and I'll let you know something. We'll say you create a ritual to say kind of like something that might point to where the kid or something might be. And it's like, if all 3 of you are involved, it's one of the things that you're incredibly sure of. The kid just isn't right now.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
it's one of those things you're very sure. Oh, this kid, is nowhere at this point.
Yeah, so I think Roland does like he asks Maxwell for like a compass, and then he's like, I've got it, and he's like he remembers something, and he goes into Maxwell doesn't have a compass because who the fuck has a compass?
He's got like a fake compass. It doesn't actually work.
Yeah,
it just spins in random directions.
He goes into the hotel like first aid kit, and they like first aid kits always have like the weird like rulers with compasses in them and Boy Scouts and everything, and he pulls that out. He snaps the ruler part off and he just has the compass. And then he like takes the picture and he puts the picture over a glass of water, puts the compass on the picture, and then he takes like before putting the picture on top, he like spits in the glass of water and sticks it on top, and then as his way of like trying to gutter magic the way through. And yeah, he can't find anything. But just to explain like all the frantic shit that Roland is trying to do to get it, he's like, nope, he's nowhere. This kid doesn't exist.
So the little ritual you did to try to physically find him someplace, that one didn't work. There might be other things you can do, but I'll say you kind of go through it. It doesn't be physically anywhere.
So that either means he doesn't exist or he just doesn't exist right now.
And I think like
you say that as though it's so blasé.
And I think Roland like his eyes start to like perk up. He's like, exist right now. Are you trying to say, Maxwell, that you know a way to bring people back?
I mean, we're just in a standard Exorcist plot right now. Like, all we need to do is just open the doors and they'll just walk in, but the thing is usually something else walks in as well, and then we have to deal with that.
That like, there's just the audible sigh from Roland, because he's like, he thought he finally had, he's like, I have it, and then just, God damn it, Maxwell.
I mean, but that's only if we do it wrong. And what are the odds we do that?
Yeah, and I think Roland's like, okay, so he like looks to he goes, I think what we need to do is we're gonna have to and like Roland's like clearly at a loss of what to do next. And I think he gets like this every now and again where he doesn't know what to do next. And I like the idea of like Roxy like saying something like obvious and then Roland being like, exactly, and then taking it not taking it as his idea, but being like, yeah, we should do that.
I say we summon his ghost. I mean, the kid's obviously some kind of spirit magic thing.
And I think like Roland goes, Maxwell, if you know how to summon a ghost, why don't you go summon a ghost?
I guess my question is if like, okay, like you ever seen like the movies like the exorcism movies that start with the ritual, but then they always do like one thing wrong at the end? If he did like a hybrid of all of those, but then like didn't do the thing wrong at the end and burned a charge, can we pull this off? Or even if just like
Possibly.
talking to this guy.
Yeah, I'm almost. Do you have something that kind of goes along with that specifically? Otherwise, I'm totally cool with. I like that idea. It definitely fits into what your character is.
I don't think I have like the only.
Yeah, fuck it. I like that though.
Can I?
Yeah, the
Here.
So if you want to set up the ritual and then.
Can we treat it as a like this essentially saying Roland basically going, you can't summon a ghost, and then we'll do what could we could use what could go wrong.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
we roll it back and Roland says something along the lines of, Maxwell, there's no way for you to summon a ghost. I've never found anything that ghosts even exists. And then Maxwell goes, what could possibly go wrong?
Like somebody like Just like, I don't even have to say.
He's been waiting to say that as well.
Are you asking him to say that, or
like?
Remember, part of that is if they're aware, it costs you like a couple extra charges.
Like the thing is,
No,
like I'm not going to say this, but Roland has set up the situation in which that is like the proper thing is now that the ghost shows up.
Yeah. I think this isn't Roland being like. This is Roland berating Maxwell, and not in being aware that Maxwell's even able to do this, because Maxwell's never actually like. I know Maxwell has some freaky stuff that he does, but all I know is he's a weird movie buff. Basically, like I think he's more of a liability than he's actually doing something. And Roland would probably say he's like, "Oh, I know a film thing that is totally gonna." And he's just like, "What could possibly go wrong?"
Okay, so you set up the ritual.
Yep.
Tell me how you set it up. Like what does it look like?
I imagine that he's going for the most cliched version of this possible, and English ghost summoning is its own thing.
A young priest and an old priest.
Yeah, he wants English ghost summoning is contrived at this point, and obviously the Japanese are doing ghost movies better. So he's going to get like a pad of that hotel paper, and then sketching out things that sort of look like what he thinks Japanese characters look like, because he doesn't read or speak Japanese.
So we have blatant misogyny, reckless endangerment of oneself, and cultural appropriation. We're like the best group.
But like he doesn't know what any of these symbols actually mean. All he does is he replicates like it's a seiyusan ritual from like Japanese horror movies where you ask the spirit questions and then you close it out and then the spirit shows up because everybody does it wrong. Kokiri-san. Yeah, it's essentially doing that.
I love the idea that you just looked up tattoos on your phone, and it's like all the kanji. It's like brave warrior and beautiful princess, feisty,
devil.
No,
the devil's kanji is like always over there. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're
kind of getting the ritual going.
Yeah, Maxwell's put a little bit of his own blood into this. It doesn't actually mean anything, but blood powers magic.
Oh yeah,
that's how it always works.
You've pricked your finger.
Okay. So as you're sitting there and kind of doing the ritual, is James back asleep in the bathtub?
Yeah, we would have moved him back. Okay. Like we patted it with towels and left him in there.
Sean's still there, or did he take off?
I imagine Sean is still here being grilled by Roland.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that he's being grilled by Roland. I think Roland's like. He goes, yeah, Maxwell, what could possibly go wrong? And it cuts away to Maxwell doing the seance. But I think during that time, yeah, Roland is probably like talking with Sean about random shit, about like the carnival and shit.
Yeah, so you got the stuff written down there, and you're sort of doing the ritual. So you're all watching him do this.
Yeah, I think Roland's like, it's not going to work. So he's just not caring. Maxwell could sacrifice a goat, and Roland wouldn't give a shit.
Do you have a goat?
I would like to imagine that I have the symbolic representation of a goat I've made out of toilet paper tubes or something.
God.
Like a little origami goat.
God damn it.
Okay. Do me a favor. I would say go ahead and... Well, actually, you don't have to roll for this. This is you're using your what could go wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're looking at...
It's just how many charges.
Yeah, I'm going to guess pretty hard to summon a ghost. We'll say 3. It's pretty big.
Like the example it gives is like at 2, you can compel somebody's wife to show up at a strip club. Like if she would have done that, but like 3, you can get people arrested if they say that they're not going to get arrested.
So yeah, so you like put the 3 charges in, and there's a moment where you sort of finish up and
they're here,
and there's sort of nothing, and then like all of you sort of smell like almost like you've been on the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smell of the ocean. There's a moment you're like, what's there? And then
Donnie, yeah,
trickling. You hear a trickling, and you're kind of looking over, and one of you is the first to notice that the carpet in front of the bathroom is like water is spreading through. You see the stain of the water start to spread throughout the carpet.
And I think like Roland, no, Roland would not notice this because he's not paying attention to Maxwell because he does not believe that Maxwell is going to succeed. So Roland is doing nothing.
Maxwell is like both tending the ritual and wishing that the camera was like closer so we get.
So we're actually seeing a lot of water right now.
Roland, get the camera.
Yeah, so it's there's water coming from underneath the bathroom door.
Hey, Roland, do you want to get the door and like prop the camera around towards the door? A low angle shot would be best.
I think like Roland like is like, what, Maxwell? What did you? And then he like looks down at like the water that's coming through, and he's like, son of a Maxwell, we have a deposit. I'm trying to get. And he's like, and he like,
you're the one who said the words.
And he's like, he like opens up the door and he's like looking to see like what it is, and he's gonna be like, son of a bitch, the toilet's flooding.
Nope. As you open the door, you hear it's almost like a hand against glass. There's a moment where you kind of look, and the mirror itself is almost like a camera has been placed like half in the water and half out.
Okay.
And you can see like skies kind of heading off way in the distance. It's like a bright sunny day. There is the water that's kind of coming up, and you see the boy kind of struggling up at the top. And it's actually, the water is pouring out from around the bathroom mirror.
Okay, so the
James is still asleep.
So the boy is like in the mirror. The boy is in like a pool of water, and the pool of water is now sliding into the bathroom because
I mean, from what you can tell, this looks like it's like the ocean.
Yeah, and I think Roland would see the boy, and you know what? Again, Roland's not a thinker. I think he would reach in and try and grab the boy.
No, nope.
Okay.
Oh, does that count?
As which?
You know, the thing where people see paranatural shit or like mirrors or portals or things in their first thing is they immediately reach for it.
Oh, it's sort of like a cliche.
Yeah.
It is sort of a, why are you going into? Don't go in. You went into the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your unnatural hardened gauges?
My unnatural is at 35. My hardened gauges is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 5 unnatural because I've seen this shit before.
Yeah. So I would say this is I would say 5 is actually probably where it is. Does anybody have less than 5 on their unnatural?
5 on unnatural.
My unnatural is. Where the fuck am I?
I think I'm only 3 on unnatural.
Okay.
1, 2,
So right now,
5. Oh, I'm 5.
Okay, so you two be fine. Maxwell, you would if you are you in a position to see it?
Yeah.
If you saw it, reach for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Roland, first go ahead and make it unnatural. It's a self test, so it's your knowledge.
I'm sorry.
Basically, if you just click right where it says self, it says versus unnatural. That's how you defend yourself from unnatural.
Okay. I got it now. And what is the shift?
No shift.
No shift.
Shifts
Okay.
are rare. Shifts are rarely used.
Oof.
Oof.
Wait, that's my notice.
Oh, wait, check. So what your percentage was is
No,
Okay.
it's your self.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Your knowledge is 60.
Oh, self versus unnatural. I'm sorry. I did unnatural versus self.
No, it's fine. So the self is what you use. It's basically
Yeah.
it's the positive one of self. So you're rolling against 60.
Okay. I missed it by 2.
Would this fit into one of your?
I have an obsession for finding information about the Children of Sarpedon, and this is the only lead that we have.
No, wait, I thought. Wait, Roland, you're not the one who's rolling. You have a 5, right? On your hardened.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You're not rolling. This was from Maxwell.
Yeah. Okay, so is the self versus
Yeah, so-
unnatural or unnatural versus self?
So self is what the positive one. Self is what you use to defend against unnatural. So the thing is, if you have
Okay.
at least if you have a 5, you don't have to roll because you've already
Okay,
encountered this.
I'm sorry. Can you look at my character sheet just to make sure that I'm reading the correct one that you're looking for? Because I'm going off of the unnatural versus self.
For you, your unnatural is 5 notches.
Okay.
Correct? That
Yes.
means both you and Roxy have 5 notches, which means anything that's basically a rank 5 or below weirdness, you don't have to worry about because
Okay.
you don't,
Okay.
you don't make a check
Okay.
for it. Maxwell is the one that
Meanwhile-
has to make a check.
Meanwhile, I've only got 3 ranks in weirdness because
Yeah.
I've only seen a little bit of unnatural stuff.
Okay. I was just making sure that I wasn't like jipping out, and because I was. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
the buttons right next to it, like self, and then it says versus unnatural. The positive one
Yeah.
on yourself is what you roll. So your knowledge, in which your case is a 60.
Yes.
Okay. So I will roll self versus unnatural.
Okay, you're just like, holy fuck. Go ahead, add a hardened notch to unnatural. Now that you've been a little more exposed to it, you're a little more inured.
Yeah.
If it happens in the future. Yeah, so as you reach through, you actually kind of reach the glass, and there's almost like a membrane there, and as you kind of reach through, you said you grab him?
Yeah, I would just grab him. Like, I don't know if he's like wearing
Yeah.
like swim trunks or something, or like
No,
a shirt.
he looks kind of like what you saw before. It looks like kind of cast-off sailor boy outfit thing. And he kind of goes through, he sort of grabs and looks straight at you.
This is, of course,
When is this? No, this is. When is this? And he's grabbing hold and he's steadied himself. And it's weird because like you're feeling the water,
Yeah.
like up to about probably mid your forearm.
Yeah, and I think Roland like looks at the kid and he goes, "This is whenever the fuck I say," and he's like pulling the kid out and like pulling him out of the mirror.
He's surprisingly strong, but as you try to pull, he puts his hands up on the mirror. At strikes, there's a moment you still get kind of a hold on him. Like you can't pull him through. It's
Son of a
solid when he hits.
Yeah.
And he sort of looks and he's like, and the water itself starts to kind of go up above him, and it's sort of sinking down. He looks through and goes, "Where are you?"
And he goes, "That's not
This is what I
important. What I need to know is who the fuck are you?" And he's like holding him by like the shirt, like up, like he's lifting him up off the ground if he was like face to face. And he's like looking at the
He
mirror.
smiles and looks at you and is like, "You're not in a position to command me to say anything."
And I think Roland goes, "You're right. I'm not in a position to command you to say anything. I'm also not in a position to care one way or another about anything you have to say. But I am in a position of finding your ass, beating it so hard that you're going to have a tanned fucking hide that I'm going to cut into strips and feed to my dog."
Roland, you're threatening a ghost. Death threats don't work on ghosts.
Yeah, kind of looks at you, smiles, and he goes, "Friend's right. I've known what it is to lose hope, and I've seen more destruction in my life and in the death of one than I
But
ever imagined."
I brought you here, and by the terms we set up vaguely earlier, I get 3 questions.
He kind of looks over at you and is like, and then are you still grabbing hold of the hold
Oh
of
yeah,
the-
yeah. Roland doesn't realize that it's a ghost. Roland thinks like Maxwell did a magic thing and this kid's like alive. And then he's
Yeah,
gonna, like,
so I will say, as he does that, he's looking over at Maxwell. He just reaches with his hand, grabs yours, and there's a freezing cold that courses through. If you want to keep holding on, I would roll your struggle.
Sure. Struggle is violence versus isolation, right?
Yeah, or you can hit the buttons down below, the pink strip.
Oh, nice. Oh, nope, that was secrecy. I hit. Okay. I see how it is. I'm not baddie.
There's a button on the bottom for struggle. You just
Yes,
have to
it's
the
a
one to the
button.
right.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
But
what's
we
your
can use the
percentage?
32. My struggle is 30. So
Okay. Guys, it's freezing cold
yeah.
as it goes, and like you find it difficult to hold on. I mean, he's stuck there. Probably come through the mirror as your hand comes through the mirror, and there's like a handprint. It's fading, but it's freezing cold.
Yeah, like I have like the frostbite on my wrist.
Yeah.
I'm like, mother.
So the kid's looking right at Maxwell. You have 3 questions.
Maxwell just kind of shuts up and thinks about it because he knows instantly the first thing he says is a wasted question, because it always is.
How's your day? What? Really? That just doesn't matter.
I think Maxwell Roland goes he like goes to open his mouth and he's like, ask about the church.
Roland, let go of the ghost.
You know, Roland's like let go, all right, because he failed the roll, so he got hurt on his arm. He let go, but he's like, what?
Just tell me what you want me to ask him, because otherwise I'm just gonna blow through these.
He goes, Maxwell, if you would be so kind,
you got to be really, really exact.
Could you ask this asshole of a spectral body, I assume, who the Church of Sarpedon, or it's the church, Children of Sarpedon, sorry. This is me speaking out. Who the Children of Sarpedon are, and what, when he was alive, his connections were.
That's 2 questions.
Yeah, but I phrased it as 1.
Doesn't work like that. Genies are assholes.
He goes, ask him what his connection to the church was.
To the church?
Children. And, like, Roland's, like, pissed. Like, he's like, my arm fucking hurts. I haven't slept in a while.
Okay. All right, Ghosty. What is your connection to the Children of Sarpedon?
I'm the first of the children to be left behind. There are
I'm
many others after
I'm going
me.
AFK for just 1 second. I'm sorry.
There's many others after me, but I was the first who fell off and disappeared from view.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you eating?
Well, Max is kind of at a loss because Roland has to give him more questions.
So, Roxy, while this is happening, are you...
I don't know if Roxy would be around for all of this. If anything, she probably didn't want to get involved in anything Maxwell suggested. I'm not sure what I should be doing otherwise, though. What would Star be
Not having
doing?
a smoke?
Yeah, if she's not doing much, she's probably defaulting to sitting on top of the van, playing the guitar, and probably smoking a joint.
Do me a favor, make a notice roll.
Cool. She's totally outside right now. What's there?
Or, well, and if one of your others will fit. So anytime I say, like, make a notice roll, if one of the other ones seems to... No, I'm sorry. You don't have to make that roll. Because you're aware when you're being watched or when stuff is coming sort of near you.
Oh, yeah.
You there's a couple things here and there, people sort of looking out while you're doing it. But there's a moment where you can kind of feel eyes run past you that are looking for you. And you sort of sit up for a moment, you're looking, you see there's a car that's sort of slowly going down the street, and as it kind of passes under a light, you look and you see that young girl kind of looking out, and she's kind of gone past the van, but like you may have been laying back on it at the point she couldn't quite see you. And they're still going past. You're not sure if they got a particularly good look at you specifically.
And this is the girl that was that grabbed onto me.
Tackled you.
Is she with anyone?
She's in the back seat. There's some people in the front seat. Can't get a good look. It didn't look like one of the preachers.
Okay. Does
it
look like
slowly driving?
Oh, if they're slowly driving, they're actively looking for something, which is probably me.
Oh shit! Well, remind me in the future. Actually, I probably should have had you make a roll to see if you can tell what direction it was coming from. You can feel it when it's coming.
Okay.
But
the thing is, hiding is not in the Star's best interest, really. Would Roxy be a diva right now? The answer is always yes. How public a place? Like, I know it's a public place outside the motel, but how many people are about?
it's late enough right now that there's really no one out. You know that there are a couple other people staying at the hotel at this point. There's been a couple cars come through, but this is just like the town you're in is sort of small enough that you're not getting a whole lot of traffic right through this particular area.
So if they noticed me, there would be no witnesses right now.
Probably not. You'd be aware though when there are more.
Okay.
So to be honest, as an avatar, you must take center stage and gain attention.
I know, that's why. That's why. Oh my god, this is the worst.
Though that I would say that's a little bit more for. I wouldn't count it as breaking taboo here. It's simply because part of it's about performing and being the center of it. When right now there's good reasons not. Not only are there good reasons not to be. It would essentially make any sort of stealth or something like that almost impossible for you.
I know, but like
get you killed quickly.
Okay, Roxy's. Okay, she has a hi-fi in her van.
Mm-hmm.
For sake of the narrative, can we say that she's playing an unplugged electric guitar?
Hell yes.
Yeah, I want her to quickly plug it in, get on top, stand on top of the van, and just start doing power chords. Yeah.
There's a moment, and you start to feel more eyes on you pretty quickly. And I will say, well, you're all in talking to the ghost in the mirror at this point. Like the car stops. Well, it's going.
She's like totally looking at the car, tauntingly right now. She's like,
yeah, and then the car stops and it kind of drives towards you, you into the parking lot, and a man gets out, probably in his 40s or 50s. Gets out and looks up at you. Honey, was this her? Yeah. You need to come with me.
Are people like looking outside the windows and
yes,
like people coming out to complain and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a little confused at this point because it's late enough that they're like, heading outside, like, what the fuck's going on? Like you see one guy's like rushed out from the. It's kind of one of those like U-shaped motels where you've got like the office on one of the bottom. He's kind of rushed out and is looking like, the hell's going on? He's just on top of the car.
I'd probably just shout like over the cords, relax, too many witnesses.
Do you shout over the cords, or did you also plug a mic in?
Oh, that's true. Of course she has a mic. Of course she has a microphone.
I just see you like just opening up the door, like just upside down on the thing, and then back up on top of the van.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that loud enough that everyone's able to hear, or just them?
I'll probably word it in a way like, relax. I've got an audience, just to like let them know like there's a lot of people watching me right now.
Sort of stops and you're sort of looking.
And I'll even include like, I wonder when the sheriff will get here. Just like, can I roll the show right now? Or the star? Sorry.
The what?
Can I roll the star?
Yeah, see how much attention you're getting?
Yeah.
Pull them in.
It's this one, right? Oh, nice.
Yep.
So
make sure to mark that,
tick,
because that's one that marked with a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sort of hitting it. And like the thing is, the people who were going to complain are now watching. Just as you're playing, you got them.
Can we hear this from the hotel room?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And the guy just kind of looks at.
Maxwell's not worried. He's just acknowledging that the B plot is happening right now.
So the guy's just like, we'll be coming for you later. He kind of looks over at your van. He goes, it's not going to be hard to find you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he just kind of looks and pulls out his phone, takes a picture, and then gets back into his car, starts to head out. All right, back in the bathroom. What else are you asking about?
The guy playing Roland's still not back yet?
I don't think so. I would say maybe just go ahead and ask his questions.
Okay. Because I know what the third question has to be, because Max has too much movie knowledge for it not to be this question. But second question is, how are the Church of Wells and the Children of Sarpedon related?
Children of Sarpedon come for people who throw others away as we were once thrown away, and we punish them for that. Church of Wells has left behind many people. This is the first time they've killed one. But that was after we
And like, Max wants to ask another probing question, but he knows exactly what the third question has to be, or else everything is going to turn to shit. Because they never ask this question in the movies, is how do I cleanly break this ritual so that you can rest?
It's a moment. Okay, looks at you, and there's a bit of a smile appears on his lips. And he goes, find the ringmaster. And you're saying that's like the MC of the show. Bring us a piece of the original. Bring us a piece of the raft. And then he starts to fade out.
Back.
And as he fades out, there's a moment, and then the mirror just shatters, and then some water pours in. It's almost like there was like the amount of water as if there was a cooler behind it that was full of water. Like, it's enough that it's a mess, but it's not like gonna drown anybody.
The first thing Max does is write down the exact arc wording of whatever it is, because that would make for a killer subtitle to whatever the hell we're doing.
I'm back.
You missed some shit.
Oh no.
And the second is he is making sure he got all of that on camera. At least whatever it is he can.
Yep.
That wasn't like his third question was not interpreted correctly, but that was better information than what he wanted. Yeah, because the question they never ask in the movies is like, what's the correct way to end the ghost summoning ritual so that we don't end up getting haunted?
Okay.
But Max is going to scoop all of those objects that he used in this ritual, put them in a trash can, take them onto the balcony, and set them all on fire.
Yeah, so while you're gone, we'll have to tell you real quick what you heard. But you also heard a small impromptu concert being given in the parking lot, fairly loud. This is like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning by this point. And there's probably still some music playing. Because you have an audience right now who seems very cool.
Yeah, are they jamming out? Well, they have to be. I succeeded the role.
Maxwell, you want to tell them what you found out?
So,
like, I guess it depends. Like, what would Roland react to?
yeah.
I can't tell you.
Short version. The children, or at least this one, is made out of people who are left behind, whatever the hell that means. That's completely ambiguous. I'm betting it's magic, though. The Church of Wells leaves people behind. The church comes for those the cult comes for those who are left behind, but this is the first time the church has managed to kill somebody, and we can put the left behind the rest if we find...
When you look back, you will see that it talks about they come for those who leave others behind.
Yeah, that's it.
As we were left behind.
Yeah.
So not for those left behind, but for those who do the leaving.
Yeah. Anyway, so I can't tell if they're working with or against them, but that's just about as ambiguous and yet straightforward as ghost questions get. And the last bit, if we find the MC and steal some piece of something called the original that may or may not be a raft, we can put them all to rest.
So basically, like, find the remaster of the MC, bring him a piece of the original of the raft.
Wait, bring him? Like him as in bring the remaster of the object or bring the ghost the object?
He was not specific about
Wonderful. This is exactly what
bring him a piece of the original of the raft.
Yeah, so I think to narrate this in an appropriate way, like Roland exited the bathroom when all of this would happen, and happened in Maxwell's weird mind space. And then when he's reciting that, he's like, how does that bring us any closer to finding the MC?
Well, it lets us know that the ringmaster and his people have an interest in the church.
Good point.
And that the church has some methods has something that attracts the MC to them. Therefore, if we can figure out what that is, we could probably replicate it and bring them to us.
So we're going to have to go. Yeah.
The what?
Go ahead. I wasn't, I was just going to be rambling.
Also, do remember, you personally do have Google.
Yeah.
And there may be things that will help.
Yeah, I think Roland goes, he looks at Roxy.
Also,
no.
The cult may be outside with Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy's outside right now, playing very loud music.
In the hotel lobby?
No, she's on top of the van with an electric guitar doing a concert, basically.
Yeah, so I think probably went to go, as far as Roland cared, went to go get ice.
Yeah.
And then Roland is trying to figure out what Maxwell's saying to him. And then hears Roxy's music playing and is like, okay, we're gonna need to. And he's he pulls out his phone and goes onto Google. And he does a cross-reference search of those who were left behind, and
The Church of Wells.
Yeah, the Church of Wells, and if like, I think he starts with those who were left behind, and then he knows a little bit about the Church of Wells, so he's like trying to get more specifics on those who are left behind and like actual like folklore.
The big stuff you find with those who are left behind, if you kind of do a search about it, the stuff that's honestly not all that surprising, are essentially those who were made to leave their families and such. Like one of the things the Church of Wells, this is an actual real life thing, is that when you're a part of it, you're not able to talk with family members. Like you have to leave all other things in the world behind you. So those who have left, who basically like escape and such, their lives were left behind. But as far as you're sort of looking for other things, you're not seeing anything in there, particularly that that seems to be specifically about
like tying it all together. Yeah. Okay.
If you actually put Church of Wells and those who are left behind, the first thing is Church of Wells is a cult. Church of Wells elders speak out and answer questions about those.
Yeah.
The escapes from the cult.
So I think Roland goes, I'm gonna go have a cigarette, and like walks out of the hotel room.
Max is going to drag the guy who's sleeping into in the bathtub on one of the beds because the bathroom is now haunted in his mind. Therefore, nobody gets to go in there anymore.
Yeah, and as we found out last episode, Roland doesn't smoke. And Roland's going outside to where Roxy's at.
Maxwell is perfectly aware of the fact that Roland doesn't smoke.
I probably knew that, but yeah, that's what Roland says.
Beautiful.
He has that written as a quirk in the script.
Yeah.
It's comedic levity that gives the character depth.
Yeah, and I think so. Roxy's outside having a concert.
She's probably for like narrative effect. You've as you come out, she's just like finishing a song, and she just shouts, just like, "Where are we, by the way? What town?"
It is.
It's a place in Texas.
Lufkin, Texas. Here, let me bring up.
Yeah. She'll be like, "Look, thank you, Lufkin."
Good night.
I think Roland is like fish. He goes for like his jacket pocket where his cigarettes used to be because he doesn't smoke anymore, and he's like, "Okay," and he just goes, "I guess I'm gonna have to go talk to Roxy about why she did that." Is it like a big crowd that's here, or
just the people who were staying?
People staying in the motel like looked out the windows and came outside like originally like what the fuck? But I succeeded on my performance role, so they were like, okay, I can dig this.
Yeah, it's happy party. Yeah, I think Roland's gonna like start speaking up. And he's be like, okay, everybody, thank you very much. This was what's Roxy Oz? This was just a guerrilla live for advertising Roxy Oz. Yeah, Roxy Oz's new studio album that was going to be recorded.
Ghost in the Mirror.
Yeah, it's called Tropical Paradise from Across the Mirror. And then
oh god, don't say that.
It's a Jimmy Buffett team.
If you like pina coladas.
Meanwhile, Roxy's picking up the joint that she dropped and smoking it. She's satisfied for the day.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna try and get like the crowd to like trust that was what that was in a sense, and like them to not like start talking about this weird person who just got on a car and started playing music, and get it more as a oh, that was Roxy Oz who did that. So that way we can be like, oh, it was Roxy Oz that did that, as opposed to anyone looking for us who'd be like, huh, weird sightings. We like hide and plain sight kind of thing. Like Roxy Oz would not be a person who's like, investigating the paranormal.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know exactly what role that would be for. I don't think I have volunteer, which is to gain the trust of people, but that's not what I think I'm doing.
I think lie maybe is what you're trying to do. That's the closest that comes to it.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
If you get Max out here, directing the scene would be a.
I'm not great at lying, but I'm gonna. So lie.
Damn it! I forgot to evaluate the ghost when we had the chance. I had that.
Damn it. Yeah. So 70 versus 25.
Yeah. So you're going on, and there's just like everyone starts looking at you a little bit weird. And goes, good job, Roxy, and so whatever. And then they start to go back into their rooms.
Yeah, Roland's just like, whatever. That's basically what I was trying to do.
Yeah, she'd hop off the van and go over and just say, "We have a problem."
Yeah, we have a problem.
The fucking assholes that nearly jumped me. They came out looking and they saw me. So I had to basically get everyone's attention just so there was people watching so they wouldn't just fucking drag me away.
And I think Roland, we're having this conversation at the same time, and Roland's about to say something like, you can't just draw attention to yourself, and then you say the people, and then Roland, bites his tongue, because he knows, he's in the wrong at that point. He's like, okay, no, you did the right thing, and, but he doesn't say, but he gets it. He's like, okay, I get it. And then...
They totally said they were going to get me, by the way. And they know what the van looks like.
Shit.
Someone doesn't like to go undercover places.
Yep. I think Roland goes...
They pretended like they didn't like my music, but they totally fucking liked it.
I think Roland goes, how much do you think the van would trade in for? And how good do you think Maxwell's credit is?
Maxwell screams from the hotel room, terrible!
Not good.
I spend it all on props.
Not good.
Cameras cost money. Ghosts break cameras.
Oh, did Maxwell's camera get broken by a ghost?
No, not this one.
Okay.
In the past, he's probably lost a
yes.
camera or two to this
Yeah.
strange, mysterious thing that keeps showing up.
Yeah, and I think Roland goes, shit. Well,
Can't trade in. It's iconic.
Yeah, Roxy's just pulling a face but that van's my baby.
then Roland goes, okay, never mind. No, forget I brought it up.
His credit might not be good enough for a new car, but can he afford some cans of paint?
Why are we suddenly talking like Max has any money? Max is an insane film graduate.
Oh no, Roland just wanted him as a patsy for the credit because Roland doesn't have Roland probably has credit, but he's also still I don't want to use my credit. I don't just want to get a burner car, shitty on a shitty.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you just kind of paint a car with cans of paint.
You don't. Don't. That's why I didn't say anything else.
I don't think that works.
Anyway,
I'm willing to see.
As far as Roxy knows, that you can totally do that.
I think Roland goes, Roxy, do you know the guy who did that job for the car? You know, like the design work. I'm sorry, and then he like thinks for a second. He's like, that person.
Where the fuck was our original city? Like, where was our starting point?
I think
I think
it was like south of Chicago or something.
Yes,
One of the
that's
Chicago
right.
suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back in Chicago.
I think
You want to call him?
no.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. They know we're here. I think the only thing that we actually have that we can do is, and he like swallows. We're gonna have to break into her house.
Max kind of makes his way down the hotel stairs. He's still got the bucket or like the trash can full of ghost items that's still on fire. Like this thing won't stop burning. Like there's only like 4 pieces of paper on it, but it's still on fire. He's like, well, I don't think that's going to do us any good right now. I mean, the best we can do is just kind of wait until daylight, then we move hotels because this one's haunted now. And
he's like, Maxwell, I don't disagree with you there, but we need to figure out what's going on inside of Ruth's house. We need to find if there's any clues. I know that they got rid of Ruth, but if that kid stayed in her house, there might be something there.
I think the kid might not be part of the church.
I understand that, but that means that the church would then not know what to look for.
I'm just saying, the last time we went to somebody's house because we thought it was a good idea, we ran into the spooky guy that ran through the back door.
And he goes, no, the last time you went to someone's house, you ran into a spooky guy who ran in the back door. You're going to go get us another hotel. Me and Roxy are going to go break into the house.
Yes, leave the insane man with no social skills to go get us another hotel.
Yes, and any insane man who understands that they have no social skills will understand that at 2 o'clock in the morning that no one actually cares as long as you pay. And like Roland like pulls out like a credit card. And he's like, "Here you go."
I need the van. Or no, I got the guy's truck still. I have a truck.
He goes, "No, you're using the van. We're using the truck."
Okay, what do we do with the sleeping guy and Sean?
Leave him in the hotel. Sean can go take care of himself.
Wait, you just want to like?
I think, and then this is the one characteristic moment where Roland goes, "Fuck him," and then
it's like, but his wife and kids, he's just like you. Like, you're turning the exorcist. You're turning the Exorcist into The Hangover. Like the genre shift will not go well.
Roland goes, "Listen, I know where he's at right now. I went through a phase like it. He's gonna have to pull himself up."
And if you had woken up in a hotel room that was flooded, cracked, mirrored, and slightly on fire?
Maxwell, if you feel so kind and Roland would know the word for it, but I just lost the word.
Altruistic?
Yes, altruistic. You can take him with you.
Yes. Maxwell gets a supporting cast actor. Let's go. He's coming with me. We'll load him into the van. Along with the props.
Is that seawater to you?
The hotel room's haunted. We need to go somewhere else.
Now it's a hotel room? Is it
different You're not haunted.
Oh, it's me. You have to leave me. No one else should be hurt. Because I'm bringing monsters and the dead.
We can do I've already got one lone renegade hero in this film that doesn't want anybody else to be hurt. You can't do that. Double billing is bad. So you're coming with me.
Oh my god.
There's some water I'm going to throw up.
You can throw up later. Or throw up now, I guess. Not in the van.
I've been Maxwell in this situation before.
Oh god. It's just you sure. Do you have him in the van? Is he like puking out of it, or are you just taking him there by this point?
Like I'm letting him puke in the ruined bathroom first,
Okay.
and then I'll drag him out to the
And
van.
he's just like, and he just like takes some water from the thing. He's like, what? Why do these things happen? Or they've never happened before? What's?
That's because you answered the call to adventure unwillingly at some point.
What?
This is like step 1 on the whole hero's journey thing. We can work on the other 7 later, but for right now, you need to get in the van.
Right. Okay. I'm a hero. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
supporting
Take him
cast,
out,
but
get him in the van.
still a good
It's just
part.
Like,
Yeah, and I think like you get him in the van, and then it cuts to Roland and Roxy. I don't know. I think Roland would drive just because of the stunt that Roxy pulled. He's a little like, I'll drive.
Max is going
Yeah,
to find
Roxy
it.
agrees. She's way too stoned to drive right now.
Yeah, and if I may make a burner roll, because I'm an IT worker,
Mhm.
I feel that I would be able to at least like fake a paperwork for like a burner ID in the sense of that hotel, if we don't get stupid hotel workers be like, you fucking destroyed that hotel room, and they go after us. I want to put like Moland Merkenny or something like a fake name for them. That
The
they
fact
can
that it wasn't the star that wrecked a hotel room, beautiful.
because I can
you can hack
use
in their
computers,
database.
hack.
I don't know how well you're
Yeah.
gonna be at like creating the paper. I know IT people. I'm not good at like making paperwork.
Yeah, it's not. It's more of I want to do something along those lines.
Mhm.
I think probably like just editing the names of the people who were staying in the hotel room
Yep,
is just
that'll
a
be-
good way to do it.
I go ahead and make
And
a
I
roll.
want to do. Yeah, I just don't want to have a scene for it, and I just felt like if we make a roll, that whether or not that comes to bite us in the ass would be a good way to do it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and so I think yeah. This is going to happen when we're at the new hotel.
Yeah.
But
you guys would probably make it to the new hotel, like unless you're breaking into the house right now. You guys would probably make it there first because Max has to stop at a convenience store,
yeah, I think
or like a Walmart or something.
Roland like looks at Roxy and he goes, "You're the break-in expert. When do you think we should try and get in?" Should
What
go
time
right
is it?
now.
It's probably not the same night that they caught her trying to do this the first time.
Yeah,
They're
and
probably going to be on high alert for a few days, and we probably don't have a few days.
and Roland goes, "So what are you suggesting?"
They came out looking for me. They know that I'm with the van. We could try and do a distraction whereby you take the van somewhere, because they'll probably have an eye on the van. So if we use the van as a distraction, we'll probably not be bothered as much breaking into the house.
And I was saying we're probably at the point where I'm going to need to leave soon for doing.
Yeah, I was more
No
setting up
worries.
the scene for
Yeah,
next time.
So probably not a bad place to. Originally, I thought we'd
Yeah.
probably finish up all this tonight, but I'm getting cut short. Yeah, if you
No
want to
worries.
make your rolls for anything, or the D10 divided by 2, or just a D5 for each of your things you roll.
1d5.
And go get some of those up.
You had to have failed it in order to have it improve.
Yeah, as long, it failed it unless you're the avatar. If you successfully did your avatar one, then you're able to raise it.
Okay, then I
Everything
get
else-
nothing.
If you fail.
Ooh.
I get
No,
nothing.
now officially. Oh shit! What was that? Yeah.